Mistress Claressa Shields responds to SHYNEKA's live, alleging that she has threatened her and more. And we've got to get into it, y'all. What a mess. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Claressa Shields. Surprise, surprise. AKA Pap's Mistress. AKA Pap's Entanglement. AKA Pap's Pick Me. AKA Pap's Side Chick. Or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. Instead of Claressa Shields focusing on training for this upcoming fight with K. Scott, and I believe really there's not much to train for because everybody knows Claressa Shields is going to beat her. So Claressa is spending her time disturbing the peace and disturbing this internet with her nonsense of going back and forth with people and allegedly making threats once again, the latest person being Miss SHYNEKA, right? So I did a video that, Miss SHYNEKA basically put it out there that Claressa Shields is out here making threats to people all because she does not like the response and herself getting drug up and through here about her goofy answers to what Miss SHYNEKA was asking her as it pertained to how long you're going to continue to date a married man. So I think I've got 6 clips or so from Nori Online, NoriOnline.org on the Instagrammies that, Claressa does this crash out live. I believe Pap is in the background. You know what I'm saying? Just laughing, talking SHIT like he always does. So we're going to get right into it, y'all, because I've got a lot of thoughts.
His ex want to go out there and say that bullshit long ago. Oh, living situation and manager, all this bullshit. He not my fucking manager. Why can't it be he filed for divorce because he loves somebody else? Why do we gotta be this? He's only trying to be with you for this. He's only with you for that. As if I'm not somebody who's important, beautiful, successful, young. Why you got to be all this other stuff except for the stuff for what it really is? And then when I tell you what it really is, you get mad at me. Like, come on now, like Miss SHYNEKA, baby girl, I don't care. I think I saw one of your friends try to say something to me about calling you big or whatever. Listen, to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck what size you are. Skinny, big, pretty or ugly. It don't even concern me. But don't think you're going to say mean stuff about me. And then when I say something mean about you, now it's an issue. No. No. Just let me be.
You's beautiful. You's smart. You's important. Claressa, read the room. Read the room. And here it is again. You referring to what Remy Ma said a long time ago in yesteryear. Nothing that Remy Ma has said recently. Why aren't you addressing Remy Ma recently saying that Pap wants half of her income, half of her earnings, half of her net worth? And that is why there is no divorce, Claressa. And why can't you just show receipts that Pap's not your manager? Why does it bother you? If it's not true, why do you have all this energy? You said yourself, you don't even know what Pap does at Win Records. And then Pap gets on the mic and says that he's the one that is negotiating all these deals for you and he's the liaison. And you specifically, you just said on Cam Newton that he's the one that was responsible for bringing you the $3 million signing bonus with Win Records. So you do know what Pap is doing, right? If he is the one that you are saying is responsible for you going to Win Records and you signing this deal, he's getting a cut. He is getting something out of it, Claressa, which means shmoney off of you. And also, but my thing is, why are we dragging somebody's appearance when they said nothing about your appearance? You couldn't come up with any other reads against Miss SHYNEKA, so you went for the low-hanging fruit. You attacked her appearance, and then you ran with a lie that was not verified, that was not substantiated, that she allegedly cheated on her husband with a barber. Because you want to put all of these women, and primarily Remy, you want to put them all in this category that they cheated on their husbands first. And that's why they're in the situations that they're in. So you can justify yourself sleeping with a married man that is also cheating on his wife. Let's continue.
Pap is my shit don't mean that it's true. That's not our relationship. So, by calling you fat, well, shit. Well, fuck my feelings. You just get to lie on me and my man. You get to just lie on us. You get to just lie. But then people want to get mad when you get to calling your lawyers and sending their motherfucking ass ceasing and desist, when it's like, bro, just stop running around lying on people, bro. Stop. You don't know me. You don't know Pap. You don't know my relationship. So just stop. Just stop. And the reason I'm even addressing this again is because now you on here talking about I was just trying to, I only asked one question. Girl, nobody gives a damn about that question. Great question. Great. And I gave you a great answer. But
why is it okay for you to make allegations against Miss SHYNEKA and her marriage that were not true? All because you thought you were trying to ruin and destroy somebody. And up until this point, I've not heard Claressa deny the threats that she made. And now you went from calling the question corny in your Instagrammy stories to now saying it's a great question. But if you weren't this pressed and you weren't this bothered, why did you do the most on social media once you did not get the response that you were looking for in these interviews? One easy solution, Claressa, is to not do any more interviews, but you are too obsessed with attention and clout and all of the things to leave these interviews alone. And you know, the moment that you stop doing interviews, the moment you stop posting, everyone's going to forget about you and move on to something else and talk about something else. Let's continue.
What did you do after that, though? Be honest. Be honest. You went on these other platforms and talked crazy about me. That's crazy. You went on there and talked crazy about me and just straight up just lied. Oh, nah, bro. Like, stop putting that up on his name and stop putting that on me. I ain't no dumbass bitch. I don't know who got ring game on before, or whatever the case may be, but I don't do that. I ain't never played about my money. To be talking about somebody get a piece of my stuff, and somebody get a piece of my boxing check, and somebody with me for money. Why can't you this man filed for divorce, and he loved me now. What the fuck are you mad at me? Why can't it be he filed for divorce?
Keep saying he filed for a divorce for me. He filed for a divorce because he loves me. But how come you do not know the progress on said divorce? Because that got exposed on Cam Newton. You had no clue where anything was at in the divorce. And made up something. You finally was like, well, there's been 16, 17 years and properties they got to sort out and they got a child. You mean the same child that Pap is not seeing because he is cooped up with you right now. You mean the same divorce proceedings that appear to be in Never Ever Everland because according to you, y'all are always together. So when is he going to court to get that divorce decree? You know there's no motion with the divorce because Remy told us that the wants half of everything. So ultimately, you know what I'm saying? If you do not want people to discuss you and Pap need to fade into the background. Y'all need to stop showcasing this adulterous affair to the public, and y'all won't have to hear anything. And Miss SHYNEKA said, and this is how Claressa victimizes herself. Miss SHYNEKA was the one that was getting threats once Claressa didn't like the response to the interview. That is why Miss SHYNEKA went on and did an interview, to bring light to it, but she didn't fully put it out there. And then after, when she went on the radio station to then speak her piece, she left out that as well. And that's why she said on the live stream, she's been getting all of these threats from Claressa and her people. And that she's been sending the threats directly to all of Miss SHYNEKA's co-workers. So that is why Miss SHYNEKA spoke up after the interview, because she found out you were making threats to her and you were trying to ruin her. And then you got on the internet and did that crash out live, trying to allege that her, that she cheated on her ex-husband with a barber. So you did all of this, Claressa. You tried to start a smear and hate campaign against this lady. You tried to ruin her bag and ruin her opportunities. So she decided to speak up and bring light to it. And now that you're mad because you've been exposed, so now you're trying to flip it and reverse it into something else. Let's continue.
Working out, and then here you are again. But the thing is, you need to just go ahead and just forget the question from the radio show, because that's not the issue here. The issue is what you did after, and that's what you're hiding. That's what you're hiding. And I refuse to give a YouTube channel any light about what you said on this YouTube channel during this interview, because it's a Claressa Shields hate YouTube channel. I'm not gonna get a YouTube channel light. But you really sat up on here and just tried to dog me. And now that I said something to you, now you mad. Girl, bye.
I am of confusion. What was Miss SHYNEKA hiding by going on and doing an interview on a public platform like YouTube? Make it make sense. What was Miss SHYNEKA hiding? And she didn't even fully go in on you like she could have. She more so was directing her energy towards Pap, and how people are not giving enough smoke to Pap on how he is controlling a lot of this and gets to sit back, you know what I'm saying, and do nothing. Claressa has a problem with people seeing through the fact that Pap is just with her for what he's with her with, which is to platform himself for clout and attention, and to also be in the blogs, but to present himself as if he's this amazing guy. But he won't get a finalized divorce decree to indicate that he is single, rich or poor, in Broke by Broke Pap's case, to show that he's really serious about Claressa, which is why now she is promoting AI pregnancy photos, because she knows that that married man is not going to be having a finalized divorce anytime soon. Also, Claressa, knows that she's been taking care of this broke by broke man, that he ain't got it like that, the way that y'all are trying to present him to the public. It has been exposed on multiple occasions. This man loves to gamble and allegedly likes to pawn people's jewelry and Chanel purses, Claressa. You want to make him seem that he's this amazing guy, that he's not out here playing in your face, when that is exactly what he is doing. But you want to have a one-up on Remy so bad. You want to debunk everything that the wife has said to make it seem like Pap's not running the same type of game on you, and it is falling on deaf ears, Claressa. It is falling on deaf ears, but this is what you do. You make threats, you attack people first. You have your little friends and your people do the little dirty work behind the scenes, make threats in the DMs and in the comments and all this and all that, and calling Young Jock and his people, and then you want to get on the internet and play victim. And what Miss SHYNEKA did was expose tactics that you have done to several other people, whether it is friends, family, or other black women that have been victims of this as well. We have one more little clip, and then we'll wrap this up. Let's continue.
I will tell you what, this ain't no TV show, so don't come playing with me in real life. None of y'all. None of y'all. And I don't even want no apology from.
So that was directed to Eva Marcel, who is the star of All the Queen's Men, because she has come forward and said that Miss SHYNEKA is one of her best friends and that she's going to be 10 toes down for her. And she went into the comments on Hollywood Unlocked's page, basically letting it be known that Claressa is being disrespectful and is coming for her friend, and it's unnecessary. That her behavior is absolutely unnecessary. And I noticed that Claressa didn't have that smoke for Eva. And here's the thing, Claressa, I said from jump that you owed Miss SHYNEKA an apology. Why would Miss SHYNEKA apologize to you when you're the one that is allegedly making threats to her, when you're the one that allegedly put out there that allegation that she cheated on her ex-husband with a barber, and none of it was verified, none of it was fact-checked. You just heard gossip around whatever ATL streets that you were roaming around in and wanted to put that out on the internet to deflect from the fact that you are still sleeping with a married man that does not want to finalize a divorce with his wife, and is giving you the runaround, is telling you all sorts of lies and all types of made-up stories to make you believe and make you convinced that the divorce is going along as appropriate, when there have several other couples who have been married way longer than Pap and Remy that have been able to get the divorce done quick, fast, in a hurry. Pap made a ridiculous, he pulled a Layla Ali, right? He made a ridiculous request in requesting for half of Remy's earnings so that will be his ticket to walk away and fully be done with Remy. He knows his wife is not going to go for that, so therefore they will remain married until further notice, until Pap, stops it. And you always leave out, Claressa, that it was Remy that originally requested the divorce and that her attorney sent over the divorce papers to Pap on numerous occasions, and that she even offered to pay for him to have an attorney because she knew he was broke by broke. She didn't want anything from him. She just wanted this to be done, and he refused to sign on the dotted line. So she's been trying to make this happen. Pap doesn't want that divorce, Claressa. What is not clocking for you? What is not clicking for you? So you are going to continue to be called a mistress every single day and twice on Sunday until that divorce is finalized. And we'll see if there is ever a finalized divorce, and if that is the case, if Pap will still marry you when it is all said and done. Or if he is going to go off into the sunset with another mistress that is not going to be as loud and doing too much on the internet like you. We'll see how long this lasts. But that is all that I have for this video, you guys. I just wanted to do these videos because it was really Claressa having the audacity, trying to victimize herself. First, she had a problem with the question in the interview and on the internet when she called it corny. Now she's backtracking, saying she doesn't have an issue with the question, that her issue is with Miss SHYNEKA doing an interview and exposing Claressa and her team for allegedly making threats. And then once again, you bring up Remy, you bring up an old live stream that she did. You don't want to address what she said recently about why there is no divorce, why Remy is not legally single. You don't want to address any of that because you've tried to convince the internet that Pap was so rich, Pap was so successful, Pap was paying all your bills, and that you're so successful. You're spending all this money on this man to stay around, on this married man to stay around. Meanwhile, he is begging his wife for half of her earnings, which basically makes you look like a goofy, Claressa. It makes you look like all the money that you are spending is just to keep him around. It is epic fail all the way around, up and down and through here. So with that, you guys, that is it for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. Hype the video like you never hyped a video before in your life. There is that. That is it. That is all. Es todos, es final. Es finito. Es the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.